All right, hello everybody. It is December 20th. We are over in the Faneuil Hall location of Domro's Fresh Restaurant. Here we are. This is the store. Welcome aboard. It's going to be a training video on how to use the machine that we currently are using. As you can see, it is a big, industrial, heavy, expensive piece of equipment. Everything I'm going to show you today goes for the model AFX 90. So every store that has an AFX 90, you're going to learn how to properly operate this machine today. And going to show you how to do it while I record is going to be my shift leader, John. Say hello, Johnny.
Hello.
As you can see, he has a clean uniform, clean shirt, clean hat, black pants, black shoes, black gloves. That's exactly how it should be. All right, Johnny. So we have this pasta machine here. What's the first thing we do?
First, we're gonna put the auger to the machine and spin it until it locks in.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay. What's next?
Then we're gonna put in the mixer.
Show us the mixer.
There.
Okay. What do you do with the mixer?
First, we're gonna take this part out. So it locks it in.
Okay, so this white piece comes out of here. All right. Okay. What do you do with this?
Just put it inside. Quickly. We're gonna open the machine. Then climb up here. Then you're gonna put the mixer into place with this shape right here. It's supposed to match the shape.
See if I can, let's check it out. Let me climb up there with you, Johnny. Hold up. What are you doing here?
Gotta match this piece with that piece.
So this piece right here has like a flat part on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This flat part goes on the flat part that's right here. You can just move that real quick so the camera can see. See, it's flat right here. The auger goes on the bottom, the mixer goes in the middle. So first you put it in this side without the white piece. So you got space in there, then you put it on top of the flat piece, nice and easy. Good?
Yeah.
So then after that, climb down.
Grab the white piece.
Grab the white piece.
Put it inside.
Put it inside. You gotta lift the mixer up so it falls in place inside of the white piece. Takes a little bit of finesse and skill. And as you can see, let's put that back in place for everybody to see. So right there, we have the white piece in, the mixer's in, but it's not locked in place. So if you were to start, what's gonna happen while you're mixing, that mixer's gonna fall right off. You don't get up there and check your dough's mix, you're gonna start extruding dry flour, which we'll talk more about in a little bit. So let's go ahead and make sure that's locked in place. How do you make sure it's locked in place?
Just gonna spin it until it snaps down, like that.
So as you can see, this piece physically depresses. It would be like this if it's not locked in, but right now, it's locked in place. So then with this thing, what do we do?
We're gonna check if it's locked in. You're just gonna tug on it a little bit.
Exactly.
Make sure it's locked, like that.
All right. Next, what do we do? This piece, right?
Yeah.
So let's go put that on.
We'll get the die.
Get back in our nice clean kitchen. We'll be learning how to use this thing as well. That's for the next video. Got Ines over here making the pesto. Say hello.
Hello.
How's this tasting? Delicious. Our food's so good. So as you can see, we keep all of the dyes and the pieces for the pasta machine in a solution of water and vinegar. This sanitizes, it also softens the leftover residual pasta. Then we take the pieces, we quickly rinse them off, and now we're gonna go attach them. All right, before that, because I know to us it's like clockwork, but we need to really teach these people how to do this, right? So let's set this down, take that apart. This ring is what holds the die. The die controls the shape of the noodles. As you can see, this one looks like it's that one. It looks spirally. So what you do, put this down, pick it up like this with your fingers, You gently put it in. You don't want to put it in and it's not going in. It's not going in, and then start fucking smashing this thing with a mallet, because, you know, that's not what we do here. All right, so you take this, you drop it in there carefully. You know, you wiggle it until it falls in place. Easy. All right, nice and easy. So then I'm going to explain this. Johnny's going to do it for us, but I'm going to explain it. As you can see, there's treads on this. If you follow the tread, we're going to trace this back to where it begins. As you can see, this is where the tread begins, in this area. I like to call this top dead center. So you take the ring with the die, make sure that this auger is not out of place. It's not like that, right? If you can see this, if you can fit your thumb back here, it's not in place. You want this thing in there. I can't fit my thumb in there. That's how we do it. So Johnny, go ahead and put that ring on. As you can see, that thing goes right on. If you're absolutely struggling to get that on, or you're tightening it, and while you're screwing it on, it's super duper tight, take it off right away. You're cross-threading. So now we use this tool. This tool is very, very, very important. The only thing that this tool should be used for is for tightening and loosening this piece. It's not a wrench, it's not a screwdriver, it's not anything else besides to use for this. That's how the last one broke. We're not gonna break stuff anymore because we're doing it right. So there's little holes on that ring. What you do is you find a hole, this hole right here, as you can see, there's holes all over it. You find a hole, you attach the wrench, and then you tighten it down. That's all it takes, all right? That's all it takes. You don't have to be Superman and big guy cranking that thing on to the point where it gets stuck. We want to, you know, this is a very finesseful machine. This is a machine requires skill, requires finesse, does not require strength. You don't have to be super strong. Anybody can do this. My grandmother can do this. She's 5 feet tall. All right. So next we have the machine fully assembled. Let's just check it out real quick again. It's not going nowhere. Not going anywhere. All right. Also, this is a sensor. That's the part of the sensor. You start dropping the lid, smashing that sensor when you fucking drop it, you're gonna break it. All right. So what we do every single time, you with your hand put it down. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and start operating this machine. What do we do, Johnny?
You want to turn it on from the side?
Okay, so there's a power switch over here. Merry Christmas, yo. Go ahead and turn it on. You want to flip it to, okay. So as you can see, the horizontal position is on. The vertical position is off. So now we should get a little light on the screen. There it goes. This thing's Windows 1998, but it works great. All right, so there's a few error codes that protect this machine from getting damaged. As you can see, this one right here is tank safety lid open. The way that this is determined is because this sensor is not connected to this one right here. So automatically the machine knows, hey, your lid's open and you can't run the machine, because if you put your hand in there, it's gonna break. So, you know, we set it down, nice and gentle. The code turns off. You open the lid, it turns on. You put it down, it turns off. It's also the emergency button. You can press this. I like to not use this. This is for emergencies. You know, this is not like we need to stop the machine, you press it. This is, try not to use this as much as you can. There's a stop button right here. They both do the same thing. But if you find yourself in a situation where you find it depressed, this code comes on, emergency button pressed. All you have to do, spin it like bop it, comes out of place, gone. You press it, turns on, spin it like bop it, turns off. All right, so what do we do after we turn on the machine? Since this is a big machine, it needs to be cooled down. How do we cool it down?
You want to put on this machine down here?
There we go. So now we're running. What you want to do next? Sorry, I was eating some lunch. This is a water reservoir. As you can see, that's a water pump. The water needs to be above the pump. So we're looking a little bit low. We're gonna go ahead and put some water in there. You don't want to put too much, but you definitely want to put enough. Perfect. Seal that up. Excellent. We have a properly assembled machine. We have a properly cooled machine. We're ready to operate. So Dalmoros, here in Dalmoros, we praise consistency. We want everything done the same way every single time. There's no, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying there's not a better way to do it, but what we have works, and we want to keep it that way. And so it's very important, this next step, that we follow the recipe to make pasta. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna load up this machine with the appropriate mixture of water and flour. It's only 2 ingredients, it's all that gets used. Water and flour, all right? So how do we make sure that we have the exact same ratio of water to flour, right? We use a scale. Turn it on. I'm not gonna explain to you how to use a scale, you should know how to use it. So put it on there, tare it, fill it up. So the ratio that we use to make pasta, and this is the same for every single machine, not just the AFX 90, is 2,500 grams of flour to 400 milliliters or grams, same thing, 400 grams of water. 2,500 flour, 400 water, right? We got a big machine here. So what we do, we make a quadruple batch. We do 10,000 grams of flour to 2,400 milliliters of water. So let's backtrack here a little bit, because I did say 400 milliliters of water, which is incorrect. All right, it's 600 milliliters of water. 2,500 flour, 600 milliliters of water. All right, so if we multiply that by 4, we get 10,000 and 2,400. So Johnny's going, he's the flour for us. Money. Make sure that if you're using a scale, it's on the right unit. Don't do pounds. Don't do ounces. All right, people have done that. Pay attention, please. It's kg every single time. Kg. All right, next we take this out of here. Weigh out our water. Also, quick explanation, this is the gearbox, this is the motor, okay? The gearbox obviously connects to the shaft in here. This piece right here is where the auger connects to. If you follow this, you see it's a gear, motor, gear, auger is in here. The mixer uses this one to mix, spin everything. They both spin at the same time. No matter what, both pieces will always be spinning at the same time. We'll get into that a little bit more. So as you can see, what kind of water do we use for the flour? Hot water, correct. So make sure we try to use hot water. It helps in the mixing process. 2,400, 10,000. This is a recipe for success in the AFX 90. So now we load it up. What I like to do You don't have to do this, it's not mandatory, but what I like to do is I put half of the flour in the machine, just half, and then I put the water in the middle like a sandwich. This ensures proper mixture. We dump the rest of the flour on top. We close the lid. Let's pause here real quick. We're gonna go ahead and pause in this moment right here. All right, we have a fully assembled machine. We have a fully loaded machine. Right now it's got a full load. The hopper's completely full, right? You need to mix this. It absolutely needs to be mixed, all right? As you can see, there's 3 different options here. One's for mixing, one's for extruding, which makes the pasta come out. The other one's for cutting, which is an attachment that's not connected to the machine right now. We'll go over that in a little bit. So, for example, let's say you got someone new on the machine. They don't know what they're doing. They're like, hey, I loaded the machine up. Let's start making some pasta. They're gonna go ahead, they're gonna extrude, right? We're gonna extrude, and then this comes up. Caution, you are about to extrude. Extruding dry flour will damage and void the warranty. So what does that mean? Extruding dry flour means we dump the flour and the water inside the machine, but since it's not mixed, it has the texture of sand. This is like a machine that uses pressure to extrude the mixture, and if it's not mixed, you're basically extruding sand, and what happens? It doesn't go through, and now you have all this pressure building up in the machine, and everything breaks. Like this is everything, like as much money as you're making in a year is what it's gonna pay to fix this. So if you dry extrude, you're gonna get a written warning. The second time, you're terminated. That goes for me as well. It goes for general managers, everybody. You get 2 chances. Second chance, you're out of here. So make sure you're paying attention. We're not gonna extrude, we're gonna mix. There's a home button, you hit home, brings it to this central main page. We're not gonna worry about this stuff right here for now. We're just gonna focus on operating it. So since the number 1 is mix, because that's the first thing that should be done. Number 1, mix. We're gonna go ahead and mix. You wanna make sure it's on 6 minutes. You can change this time, right? Sometimes people start mixing it and then they stop it, and then now the timer's at 5 minutes and 54 seconds. But you gotta reset that timer. Always, always, always mix for 6 minutes. Look at that Windows 1998 picture. It's hilarious. All right, so now we wait for 6 minutes, and we'll get back after the machine has done mixed the flour.